Welcome back to my channel. Hey everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another Sew and Chat. We are probably halfway through my current project, and I'm very much looking forward to making a lot of progress in 30 minutes. As a reminder, I am still on Simplicity 9287, which is a button up top. And so definitely looking forward to seeing how it comes out. I have this cute fabric. I think I got it at a thrift fabric shop or something like that. Just enough fabric to make this top. I'm doing a view with the tie piece on it. And so far I have put my darts into the front and back pieces, made this tie piece and sewn these on to the front and sewed the front to the back. And so now we're going to make progress with the facings and the sleeves today. So let's set our timer. Go ahead and grab your projects as well if you're sewing along. So it is officially December. And so for me, one of the things that means is it's like the holiday season. You're getting ready for the holidays. And that includes listening to Christmas music. If anyone is out there who enjoys Christmas music a lot and just can't wait to turn it on, go ahead and put that in the chat. Some of your favorite Christmas songs. And so I think just like most people, well, I don't know if people seek out new Christmas music. I know Christmas movies are a big thing of people watching all the new Christmas music, Christmas movies that come out. I feel like it's really big business nowadays. Christmas movies come out like dozens every year. I mean, well, who has the budget for that? Apparently the movie studios, because well, not the movie studios, but cable channels, they come out with a million different Christmas movies. And, that is some people's demographic, aka my mother loves to watch all of these Christmas movies. I guess, it just puts you in a good mood, which I can understand. They're usually lighthearted, sometimes romantic, or have a romance angle to them. And they're just fun. Feel good movies. And that is understandable for someone to be into that. But she's also into murder mystery, like true crime. So it's like Christmas movies, true crime. Whatever. I don't get it. But I guess what Christmas movies are to some, Christmas music is to me. And so I don't usually seek out new Christmas music when the tried and true is available. I mean, I don't think anyone can make or remake certain Christmas songs better than the original. So I hear a lot of covers in stores and on movies and stuff like that, and I'm like, not the same. So I'm stitching the back facing to each front facing at the shoulders. But yeah, a few years ago, I made a playlist and a blog post about my favorite Christmas songs of all time that I felt like everyone should know. So a few years ago, I had a podcast with a coworker of mine. It was called the Racisms Podcast. And yes, exactly how it sounds. It was a podcast about cross-cultural conversations. I am an African-American Black person, and my friend is an Asian American. So we just wanted to make a podcast about our different experiences growing up in America. Oh, shoot. That's not good. The thread has come off the thing. Strange. Oh, Lord Jesus. No big deal. Anyway, so I had a blog. I had a podcast with my friend a few years ago. In one of the episodes, we wanted to do a holiday episode and talk about how celebrating Christmas was similar or different for each other growing up. And as part of that episode, I decided to write a blog post about my top 20 Christmas songs that I wanted to share with the world. And that blog is still up, available, and I think my playlist is still available as well. So I will put a link to that playlist. All right. There you go. Link to that playlist. What is going on? In the description box below. But I will just run down for you the top 20 songs that are kind of my go-to when it comes to Christmas songs and what I want to hear when it's that time of the year. So the first song on my playlist is Silent Night by the Temptations. And yes, the song is Silent Night, but I know the song when they say In My Mind. I can't sing it because, YouTube or whatever. But they start off the song saying, In my mind, I want you to be free. What? This is called Silent Night, but in my mind, they just wanted to put that in there. And I appreciate it. Because I want to be free too. So in this holiday season, they say, in my mind, I want you to be free. He's talking to us. And that just sets the tone right there. He sets the atmosphere. He's saying, just relax. Relax your mind. Is it in there? Now I gotta do a test run. See if it's in there. Oh. Piece of fabric. In my mind, I want you to be free. So, when you hear those words, that, for me, might be the number one song I want to hear during the Christmas season. For those words. Now, Silent Night itself is a beautiful song. Tells kind of the atmosphere of the night Jesus was born. But the Temptations, they just took it to another level and personalized it and talked to us and said, just relax your mind. Everything's going to be okay. That's kind of what it says to me. Okay, we're back in business. So that is my first song pick of my playlist, The Temptations in My Mind. Not in my mind, Silent Night. The second song is, of course, we're sticking with the soul theme. Got to be Donny Hathaway's This Christmas. Now, this song has been covered and covered and covered by so many people. And so many people should not. But Christmas music is big business. So I'm sure a lot of these covers are driven by the people who stand to make money from covers. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. This Christmas, I don't know if Donny Hathaway wrote the song, but, and I don't think he has a Christmas album, but you just need one good song to be the king of Christmas, apparently, because this song has stood the test of time. Probably written in the 70s. And it's just a song about the feeling of Christmas. How people want to see one another, want to be with each other during the Christmas time. Hang all the mistletoe. I'm going to get to know you better. He's making us a promise. He's saying it's that time, I'm going to settle down. I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to focus some attention on you. And don't we love that? We love that. So it's a really nice song. And of course, Donny Hathaway, to me, is top 5 commercial vocalists. And I say commercial because, people be singing out here in these streets. Don't have a record deal, but his vocal mastery is just unparalleled. Some people have, first of all, he has a distinguishable voice, and then his voice just has a authenticity to it, untouched by any need of technology or anything like that. Just naturally amazing. So we love that. We love his voice, and we love this Christmas classic. Now, I did give an honorable mention to Chris Brown simply for the fact that my brother is the biggest fan on earth, and he sang the song in a movie of the name of This Christmas. And he did a good job. So for the younger people, they want a modern voice to cling on to. There you go. But Donny Hathaway all the way. The next song on my list, I put going further back in time, a true Christmas classic. Nat King Cole's The Christmas Song. Now, I always get the Christmas song mixed up with Chestnuts Roasting. Or no, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. For some reason, those two songs sound alike. The Christmas song is Chestnuts Roasting. Right? On an open fire, something. And then Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. They sound the same to me. Maybe they were made around the same time. But Nat King Cole was a favorite of my grandparents. And so I heard that a lot growing up. They would put on some old school music, and I'm happy about that, because we don't want to forget the pioneers of music of yesteryear. And I'm not gonna go on a rant of how music was better pre-2007. I'm not gonna say that. But I encourage everyone to revisit some of these older classics and learn about some of these pioneers in music that paved the way for artists of today. I saw a play on Broadway. Well, it was off Broadway, but it was called Lights Out, the story of Nat King Cole. And although I've known about Nat King Cole most of my life, I didn't know his story. I don't think there's any documentary out about him that would kind of illuminate his artistry and his career that I could point to. But Dule Hill starred in it, and he had a really good dance number. Dule Hill is an actor. I didn't know he's also a great tap dancer. So there's a tap number in there. There was a tap number in there. Needless to say, the play gave like a really good introduction to Nat King Cole and made me interested in him and his career and influences and him influencing others even more. But all that to say, Nat King Cole's Christmas song is number 3. Number 4, another song introduced to the world through a movie. Whitney Houston, Joy to the World, made famous from the Preacher's Wife soundtrack. Which brings me to another point. What is a go-to Christmas movie for me? I don't associate Christmas with movies, but if I had to choose like my favorite Christmas movies to visit, I think Preacher's Wife would be up there. The Preacher's Wife, Home Alone 2. I don't really rewatch Home Alone, number 1. Home Alone 2. And I think that was it. I don't have a go-to Christmas movie. But anyway, Whitney Houston's Joy to the World, a joyful song. Whitney Houston, of course, one of the great vocalists of the last 30, 40 years. And with the mass choir behind her. And there were some other songs on that soundtrack that also are definitely could have made the list, but we wanted to keep it to one per person for sure. Now I'm sewing the facing to the shirt. really should have finished these scenes before I did this, but ran out of bobbin. How did I know I would do that? Okay, almost made it to the end, but at least I got to the tricky parts. I need to run a new bobbin. Anyway, the next song on my list, another old school classic, Jackson 5. But which song did I pick? I chose Give Love on Christmas Day. Now I think Mommy Kissing Santa Claus might be kind of the most well-known Jackson 5 Christmas song, but I like Give Love on Christmas Day more just because it has a positive message. And look, when I do my little recaps on YouTube Music, Michael Jackson is always in my top 5 artists. He was just so talented. Vocally, he was 10 or 11 or something singing these songs. Strong vocal performance by Michael Jackson and his brothers. All right. So that made my list. The next song Okay, another one of my favorite artists, Stevie Wonder. What Christmas means to me, which is kind of a mid-tempo kind of song you can swing dance to. I put an honorable mention of his singing Someday at Christmas, which is another kind of thoughtful song of him wishing for the world to be a better place at Christmas time. And I think that's what a lot of the sentiment around Christmas is like thinking of ways in which the world could be better, being more generous during this time, you know, gift giving, but also being kind to others. The spirit of Christmas, in which I wish was more prevalent throughout the year. But yes, that made the list. The next song was another favorite in the R&B sphere, Luther Vandross. Now, his song is... The song I chose, Every Year, Every Christmas, is a different kind of Christmas song because it's not super like happy. It's kind of a song about longing and wanting to be with someone, but they're not available maybe. So every year he decides to wait for a love that may or may not come. So it's kind of like, will they, won't they come for me? But it's a different kind of song, and it's really a good vocal performance, even though it's not as upbeat as other Christmas songs. Another honorable mention for him is My Favorite Things. Now, one wouldn't think My Favorite Things is a Christmas song, which is a song from The Sound of Music, a few of my favorite things. But I feel like it has become a song one can sing at Christmas because, you know, people want things. You make Christmas lists. So there you have it. Okay, facing has been faced. I think the next step or instruction was to understitch, and by understitch they want you to take the facing out. Oh, that's 30 minutes. That is 30 minutes, but let me finish my thought. Understitching is where you open up the facing and you stitch the seam close to the seam line on the facing, I think. And I do that all the way around. So that's something I'll have to do next time. So I had a couple of technical difficulties or technical issues that I fixed quickly. I did get the facing in. Ah, my goodness. I still need to finish these seams, which I'll probably use a serger for most of them. Understitch, press out. And eventually I have to get to the buttons at some point. So still a ways to go, but I hope you enjoyed 30 minutes of crafting with me. I will put a link to my blog post if you're interested in knowing the rest of the 20 songs, as well as the YouTube playlist to listen to and get into the Christmas mood and the Christmas spirit. So until next time, peace and great tidings of joy.